everyone. Welcome. One round of the 2021 NFL playoffs is officially in the books. The hottest team in the playoffs might be the Bengals, who went home winners Saturday night, and the 49ers take care of America's team at the Cowboys' own home. And the defending champion Buccaneers destroy the Eagles. The Rams easily dispatch Arizona at their home stadium, which, by the way, is also home of the Super Bowl. Do you remember last year's Super Bowl? Hosted in Tampa, won by Tampa. Could the Rams win the NFC and land in the same situation at home for the Super Bowl? Watch out, y'all, and welcome to the January 18th Father, Son, and Holy Sport weekly podcast. What are you looking forward to this week, T-Money?
Oh, man. You know, I'm going to say my Bengals here. Just what a great win we had. And now we're in the second round of the playoffs. This is amazing stuff. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
30 years wait. Here we are, baby. I can't wait.
Look, you're looking good with all that Bengal gear on and behind you, man. You got it going. You're trending in the right direction. How about my SoFi Stadium? You like my SoFi Stadium?
I mean, you just jump on that bandwagon really quick, don't you? There, Gary? That's cute.
Hey,
you know,
you see
all
this,
the flashy lights of LA.
You see this helmet right here? You see this helmet? Come on, man. I've had this thing since the 60s, this helmet. Hey, y'all, do us a favor and press the like and subscribe. We appreciate your support. Let's kick things off with the January 18th edition of the Ross Rundown. It's a special segment of the Father, Son, and Holy Sport weekly podcast and brought to you by our friends at Woundwise IQ. All right. Hey, T, the Cowboys lose to the 49ers on Sunday, 23-17. Do you view that as the 49ers won that game or the Cowboys lost it?
Well, if it was just the first half, I would have said the Niners won that game. But man, did they play like they were just coasting by in the second half. The Cowboys easily could have come back and won that game. The Niners did not look impressive. So I'm saying the Cowboys lost this. Poor time management and going into the half by Mike McCarthy. Poor time management again in the second half. A fake punt that they convert. Then they leave their guys on the field, get a delay of game. I mean, it was a lot of bad coaching. And then Dak Prescott just played horrible. He did not play like a $40 million quarterback. They had plenty of chances to win this game, and they didn't. The Cowboys lost this thing. They were the higher seed for a reason. And like I told you guys all year, they didn't beat anyone significant, and it showed.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Hey, the Cowboys have failed to reach the NFC Championship game now for the last 27 years. Dak has only made the playoffs in 3 of the last 6 seasons. And 2 of those times he loses in the first round. Not good, man.
Well, the other time he lost in the second round, but that was their first game because they had a bye. So, I mean, it's not that impressive what they're doing here. It's just he does not look like a $40 million quarterback. And when you pay someone that much more than they're worth, your team starts falling apart if he can't carry his weight. So, unfortunately, they're done.
Patrick Mahomes makes $45 million. We got Josh Allen at $43 million. Dak is there at $40 million, number 3, and the 2 guys ahead of him are moving on into the playoffs.
Yep, totally agree. So, let me ask.
49ers are up on Saturday night at 8:15, taking on the Packers. So we'll see what happens. Packers minus 5.5 in that game.
That'll be a great game. But let me ask you this. After watching that game, and I think we both agree the Cowboys lost that game there, what should the Cowboys fire Mike McCarthy? What should they do?
I don't think so. I've thought about that. I'd give him 1 more year. He's had a winning record, including winning a Super Bowl, which really swings me because he did win that Super Bowl. He has led a team with a big-name quarterback. Even Bill Belichick states that McCarthy's one of the best coaches he's ever gone up against. But his biggest issue is the same issue as Dak. He's only 10-9 all time in the playoffs. That's not that good. And Dak's having the same issue, not able to win in the playoffs. Those 2 guys together, they got to figure this out. I would not cut him loose. I would want to know if I'm the owner, what's he going to do different this coming year? Because they have the players. They seemingly have the players. So what's the game plan to increase the performance?
I agree with you, G. But I think my biggest thing is, let me ask you something. What does Mike McCarthy do, and what does he do well? He doesn't do the offense. It's Kellen Moore. He doesn't do the defense. It's Dan Quinn. He's bad at time management. He's clearly bad at motivating people the way they came out flat in that first half. I mean, what does he do or do well at all? Like, as a head coach, he's clearly not performing at head coaching duties, let alone offense or defense. He's not good at either. That's why I think he's got to go.
He came up through his career as an offensive coordinator, so he's an offensive guy.
Well, if Aaron Rodgers wants you gone, that scares me at being an offensive guy.
Well, that's right. Aaron Rodgers is kind of a tough guy to manage, though, and he lasted a long time with them. And Aaron Rodgers, I think, in the end, took him out. But hey, man, the Cowboys, in the end, they were one of those 5 teams that we looked at that we thought were in the top of the cream of the crop of that NFC. Cowboys were there. They fall out after going 12-5. They've got a hold on that division. There's nobody in that division. I don't care if you talk about Philly. There's nobody in that division that's going to beat them. They've got a hold on that division, and that's why I think they can win that division again. Yeah. So can they, get out of that thing, get a home field, and win at home? They were 12-5. They'll win the NFC East again next year. What are they going to do to step it up? Hey, let me go to the next topic here, man. Let's go to AFC. Let's talk about your team that you love, that's so near and dear to you, man. In your heart of hearts, man, I know you love them, but using your brain and not your heart, do you think the Bengals have a real shot here?
I do, because let's say they beat the Titans, which I'm not as sold on the Titans as everyone else. Derrick Henry might run train on us, and that's okay if he does. But the secondary of the Titans isn't that great. So I like our chances on beating the Titans. If we beat the Titans, then we play Kansas City, most likely, who we just beat a few weeks ago. So I'm pretty confident here, that we can hang with these guys and potentially make a Super Bowl, which would be absolutely crazy. So yes, the Bengals definitely have a shot here. It's because of that baby face killer, Joe Burrow, baby. Love that man.
Yeah. I know. Hey, man, I think so too. And the reason I think so is they have no pressure. Nobody expects these guys to do anything. They expect them to lose. Even though everyone's not high in the Titans, they do expect them to get past this round. And that the winner, everyone says the winner of the AFC is coming out of the other game, not this game. So Bengals have no one looking at them, no one expecting anything.
Yeah.
They're going to come in relaxed. If they get up early in that game, watch out.
Yeah. God forbid Titans have to start throwing. That's great for the Bengals. Hey, I just think Joe Burrow is on another level right now. He just seems like you cannot rattle him. He does not get nervous in any situation. And he just looks like the next generation of franchise quarterback. Excited for where the Bengals are going.
Hey, Bengals play the Titans Saturday. They're the first game out of the gates this weekend. Tennessee only -3.5, and they're at home. Over-under's 47, so kind of in the middle of the road, a little bit low on that over-under.
Yeah, we'll see.
You got 2 teams that will run the ball. And even the Bengals can pass, but I'm saying they like to run too. And, of course, Tennessee wants to run.
Yeah, it'll be a great game. Cannot wait for this weekend. But let's transition to a guy that not in the playoffs anymore. Mac Jones carried the Patriots his rookie year to the playoffs. Now, I will say carry very lightly here because I'm going to ask you, is he a franchise quarterback?
Well, he could be. All right. I think he's had a great year. You look at all those rookie quarterbacks. The guy's been phenomenal. No one thought he would be this good. He's a proven winner. The guy's won his whole career. He's only a rookie. He's going to get better. He's part of the reason that the Patriots turned it around this year. The Patriots turned it around, and he's part of the reason. Definitely give him another year. The guy is going to get better. But New England, in the bigger picture, New England ends up 10-7. They do make the playoffs, but of course they want to go further, and they have a real issue in the AFC East because the Bills kind of have a lockdown. They've kind of got their number, and the Bills are not going anywhere. And Josh Allen is better than Mac Jones, and so how are we going to make this New England team competitive in that AFC East when they got Josh Allen. And I think it's got to be on that defense. The defense used to dominate. And where is that defense, man? They got Mac Jones. Okay, he's great at what he does. They got a great running. The running backs are awesome. So they got to pick up the defense, man. Pick it up again.
Yeah, that was a straight throttling. That was embarrassing, like you said, for the defense. Now, Mac Jones has been up and down and a lot of downs this year. He hasn't looked elite. But let's just say this. Tom Brady's first ever Super Bowl run, he threw 2 touchdowns. Not in the Super Bowl, the entire Super Bowl run in the playoffs. So I just want to put that in perspective.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, the GOAT, won with these Patriots, throwing 2 touchdowns the entire playoffs. Mac Jones did throw 2 in this game. So let's cut him a little slack. He's a rookie. I like his floor. I think he can be a starting quarterback, just like you said, G. But he looked like he struggled a lot at the end of the season as teams maybe started figuring him out. But I like Mac Jones to be a solid starter, Kirk Cousins-esque in the future.
Yeah. Stay with him, man. The guy's going to get better next year. Those rookie quarterbacks always get better, and he's going to improve. Hey, let's move to that Brady team, the Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay. Man, they jump out to a 17-zip halftime lead. They end up crushing the Eagles. Overall, what are your thoughts on that game, man? Tampa Bay and Eagles.
2 thoughts. One, Tristan Wirfs goes down, who might have been the number 1 right tackle in the league this year. So that's huge loss for the Bucks if he can't play the next round. Secondly, I think this more speaks about the Eagles and how far away they are from maybe competing for a Super Bowl. Really happy they made the playoffs. Like Jalen Hurts' legs got him there. Yeah. I think that they are going to make the decision this offseason to go get another quarterback or draft another quarterback, and Jalen Hurts will be gone. And I love Jalen Hurts. I think he could be a starter in this league. I think he could go to another team and compete for a starting job, or, he already took a playoff team or team to the playoffs. He's proven that. So I like Jalen Hurts, but unfortunately, I think this Eagles management did not draft him. This Eagles coach did not select him. I think they're going to move on from Jalen Hurts after how poorly he performed versus the Bucks.
Well, they can move on from Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts is going to go somewhere and make somebody a winner.
Oh, yeah.
That guy knows how to win. And his attitude and the way he leads in that locker room, people would kill for that. So, hey, man, they can't put this on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts made that team a lot better. They were not good. And there was a lot of things wrong with that team. And the new coach did great. I like what he did. But I don't think this is on. I mean, Jalen Hurts goes in basically as a rookie. The guy has barely played in the NFL. And he goes in to Tom Brady's backyard to take on Tom Brady. And they get their butts kicked.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it's going to be. TB12 looks sharp, man. He looks sharp as ever. Their whole team looks like they're ready to run at it. And, man, it's going to be a war, Tampa against the Rams this Sunday, man. 3:00, Tampa favored by only 3. Whichever team loses that game, think about this. These were 2 teams that had very high hopes. And whoever loses that game on Sunday, man, they're going to be ticked off.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very disappointed.
I totally agree with you, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with these guys. Oh, man, I'm excited for the Bucks-Rams game. I think that's going to be one of the better games this weekend. But let me ask you this. On the other side here, we had the Chiefs play the Steelers, and you want to talk about a throttling. That was a throttling. My God. After a defensive touchdown by the Steelers, they go on a 35-0 run, basically. Was this better than a bye for the Chiefs? I mean, is that what it looked like to you, G?
Absolutely. They needed this, man. They needed this for their confidence. They were hurt in the middle of that season. I know they won 9 of their last 10, but they've had some choppy moments. They lost to the Bengals in a shootout, which would be amazing if they faced up again after that shootout that they had. But they needed this for their confidence. Mahomes and Tyreek and Travis Kelce, man, these guys are just coming up now, man. They're coming back to what they were. Everybody's worried about them. Guess what, my friends? they're back.
Oh, yeah. I thought this was better than a bye. I mean, they didn't have anyone get injured, and it looked like they had that, joy that they typically have when you see the Kansas City like having fun. Like Tom Brady's precision and execution and, so structured. Kansas City's elite when they're having fun. And they look like they got back to that after a close win versus Denver in the last week of the season, looking a little shaky. No, they come in, they put the pedal to the metal, look like themselves, have a good time, get some reps in, and they just feel great going into this next game versus the Bills.
Kelsey dancing in the end zone epitomizes what you're saying. I love when Kelsey scores. He just go crazy with his dancing, and he's not even a good dancer. The guy can't even dance, but he thinks he can dance. And so he goes for like 60 seconds, like with all these dance moves. It's hilarious, but it's like you said, man, he's having fun. They're having fun. They were clicking. They looked good. They're at home Sunday at 6:30 in the nightcap. The last of the 4 games. The stadium will be rocking. They're favored by 2 against the Bills. I'm sure we're going to be talking about this in different places in the podcast. The over-under is 55, and I know people who are picking the over on that 55. Now, the winner of that game is going to be favored in the title game. So that's a big game right there.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun to watch. Bills already got them in the regular season, so Kansas City's going to be motivated for once here. It's going to be a great matchup.
Hey, we hope you all loving the new Ross Rundown special segment brought to you by Father, Son, and Holy Sport. If you're interested in being a guest on the Ross Rundown, reach out to us. The show is sponsored by Woundwise IQ. It's a patented mobile analytics software app that automatically measures and analyzes chronic and surgical wounds that's used by leading physicians and nurses caring for people with chronic wounds to document healing progress. Just download the app from the App Store. You're ready to go. Learn more at woundwiseiq.com. Hey, if you love the show like we love you, press that like and subscribe and look for all of our shows and segments where you play your podcasts. Look for at Father, Son, and Holy Sport, or check out our new website where you can find our shows and buy our merch. It's Father, Son, and HolySport.com. T-Money. Have fun watching the divisional playoff games this weekend, baby.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later. Hoo-day.
Hoo-day.
All right, great. Let's dive into this next one. Nice one. Yeah, let's move on here. We got the next lineup here, the Chug and Chant. I'm going to head off.
Hello to all of you, Chug and Chant, and welcome to the January 18th T-Ross Chug and Chant. It's a special segment of the Father, Son, and Holy Sport Weekly Podcast. I'm G-Man from Columbus, Ohio. My man T-Money is out there. T-Money is going to leave in a second here, run up to the rooftop. We'll see you in a little bit, T. What will T-Money have to say this week, and what beverage will he be consuming? Will it be a Bud Light again? Hey, y'all, do us a favor. Press the like and subscribe. We appreciate your support. Okay, let's go to T-Money. He's high up on the San Francisco rooftops. Yes, it's time for the T-Ross Chug and Chant.
Hey, welcome into this week's Chug and Chant on this beautiful San Francisco rooftop. Out here repping my Bengals, baby. They in the playoffs, but I'm coming for a different playoff team this week. One back out on the East Coast, not too far from Cincinnati. Let me get this chug in, then I'll get the chant. That's refreshing. And you know who does this better than anyone else? The Bills Mafia. And I'm coming for you. I told you in the regular season, y'all were a roller coaster. Josh Allen is not trustworthy. He plays big for small opponents. The Patriots were overrated all year long. And now he's going to go into Kansas City, where they already won when Patrick Mahomes was in his slump. And he's going to get his teeth kicked in. They're a good team. They're not great. And neither is Josh Allen. He is going to shrink in the biggest moments, and he's not good enough to get past the new baby goat, Patrick Mahomes. I'm telling you, Bills Mafia, I love you. I love your passion. I love everything about you, but you're not going any further. I'm sorry. You're going to be let down again. G-Man, what do you think about these Bills and Josh Allen this weekend?
Hey, I think you are correct. That's what I think. They are going down. You're right, man. But I do think that Josh Allen will play well. He's just not going to get any help. There's T Money coming back. Love your chant, man.
All
You're
right.
hilarious. Josh is going to get his teeth kicked in. Man, you're lucky you weren't looking at him eye to eye, man.
I wouldn't say it to
Josh
his face.
Allen. Hey, man, you are so funny. But hey, man, yeah, it's going to be like all year. They throw everything on this guy's shoulder, Josh Allen. They put everything on him, and he's really good. But they're not filling in all the pieces around him. It's a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game happening earlier this year because Tennessee grabbed that number 1 seed. So now we got these two leaders that we think are the two best. They're playing early here. The Chiefs win 38-24 last year in the AFC Championship game. And we know what the Bills want, revenge. So, can they get it?
Yeah, it's going to be such a fun game. I mean, this high flying, lots of points. The Bills have said they've built their entire team to stop Kansas City. They don't care about the Patriots anymore. They don't care about the Titans. They've built their entire team to stop this Chiefs team. And so this is it. This is their Super Bowl. They got to get past this hump. If they're ever going to get to the next level, and Josh Allen is too, they got to get past it. But it ain't happening. It ain't happening. That roller coaster that is Josh Allen is downhill now. They just got to the top and it was really fun and the view's great. Watch out. That dip's coming, baby. That dip's coming.
This could be the AFC battle of the future. These two teams could be the two.
It's probably going to be the next decade, these guys. And the Bengals. And the Bengals.
The Bills became the NFL's first team not to punt, attempt a field goal, or commit a turnover while scoring 7 touchdowns against the Patriots. And the Chiefs, in their game, score on 6 consecutive drives, including 5 touchdown passes by Mahomes.
Crazy.
The over-under's 54.5. Chiefs favored by 2 at home. They're at home Sunday night, man. Hey, the winner of the game will most likely be favored in the AFC title game and represent the conference in the Super Bowl. We hope you love the Chug and Chat this week. Special segment brought to you by Father, Son, and Holy Sport. If you're interested in being a sponsor of the Chug and Chat or a guest chugger with T-Money, let us know. And if you love the show like we love you, press the like and subscribe. You can find us on all the places where you find your podcast. Look for our shows and our segments at Father, Son, and Holy Sport, or check out our new website, Father, Son, and Holy Sport.com. T-Money, enjoy that Buffalo Kansas City game this weekend, man.
Thank you, sir. It's going to be a great one to watch. We'll talk to you later.
Let's go.
All right. All right. Now, this G-Man show coming up here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, welcome to the January 18th Big Bets Football Show. It's a special segment of the Father, Son, and Holy Sport weekly podcast, and it's brought to you by our friends at Help Me Startup. T-Money, you got your picks ready to go for this week, my man?
You know it, man. You know it.
All right. Hey, y'all, do us a favor. Press the like and subscribe. We appreciate your support. And if you're interested in being a guest on our Big Bet segment and challenging us with your picks, reach out to us. And we're doing to do our picks of the week, which include the lock of the week, which is our best pick, the dog lock, which is a dog that we think can win, and a prop lock, which is a player prop that we like. Okay, 2021 G-Man, 62% against the spread this year. Last year, 67%. The Pick Six podcast on CBS, what do you think that is? 53%. Come on, y'all. Press that like and subscribe if you like that. Hey, let's go to the lock pick of the week, the lock that we think is going to win for sure. T-Money, who you got?
Hey, I'm taking Green Bay. I know the sexy pick right now is everyone's calling this Niners win versus the Packers because the Niners seem to have their number a couple years ago when they beat them twice in the regular season and then crushed them in the and then once in the regular season, crushed them in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers 0-3 versus the 49ers in the playoffs, but this is different. This Niners team isn't as great. Their run game isn't as great. Their defense isn't as great. and this Green Bay team is legit. It opened at 5.5 and it's moved to 6. So everyone's leaning Green Bay here, and I'm taking the 6 and laying the points with Green Bay. I love Aaron Rodgers getting a week off. They're going to come in fueled and ready to go. That Niners team that played in the second half cannot hang with the Green Bay Packers. So they better hope they play a whole first half like they did versus the Cowboys, because I don't know if they're going to be close in this game. I think it could turn ugly quick if Jimmy G has to be throwing the ball a lot.
I like your confidence. They're at home. It's supposed to be 2 degrees out there, man. And Green Bay knows how to play in that weather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium, where the Chiefs are favored by 2.5, and I'm going with the favorite here. I got the Chiefs to cover that spread over the Bills. Mahomes now 7-2 in the playoffs. Guess whose 2 losses are against? Tom Brady. Okay. Allen wants revenge, yes, but I know the Chiefs. I know Mahomes. I saw what they did the other night, and I don't think Buffalo can play at that level. And did you know this? When Mahomes is a 3-point favor or less, including as an underdog, the Chiefs are 14-4 against the spread. Let's take the Chiefs, give it the 2.5 in the last game of the weekend on Sunday night, T-Money.
All right. I like it. Well, let's go to the dog lock pick of the week then. The team that we think is an underdog, but could also be bet on the money line to win you a little extra money. My dog lock pick of the week is going to shock you. I know. The Bengals. Come on. The Bengals plus 3.5 versus the Titans. What are you talking about? My Bengal Joey B is going to murder these other boys. Pick? Come on. There's no other pick here. But, I'm going with my heart here. So real quickly, because I know Gary loves when this happens, my head says Rams plus 3. Watch out.
Oh, nice.
Just throwing that out there. I got my heart and I got my head. Heart and my head.
Yeah. Okay. Well, which one are we counting for the record?
Okay. You can count them both. Come on. Bring it on. Count them both.
I'm going to go with your head pick. Okay. Look at the stadium behind me.
Hey.
Man. So I love you there, man. I love you there. Hey, I'm going to go to Raymond James Stadium. Okay. I picked Tampa to win the Super Bowl. I'm a TB12 fan, man. But I have to help my fans win some bets. It's all business here, man. I'm going with the Rams getting 3 here. Okay. The Rams offense looks balanced. Akers is back. And with him with Michelle together, I like that combination, running the ball. Yeah. Stafford and Cup can play. OBJ's coming on. Mm-hmm. And let's look at the defense. Who's going to stop Aaron Donald coming up the middle to disrupt my man TB12? I think he's going to have trouble with Aaron Donald. Yeah. Okay. You might need the 3 points. Tampa might eke this out. Okay. But I'm going to say take the Rams, take the 3. Now, guess what? Did you know that this is the third time all season that the Rams are listed as underdogs? In the other 2 games, they won them both. Let's go the Rams with the points here, man, in Tampa.
Hey, great minds think alike. That's why I threw a head pick in there too. I like it, G-Man. You're hot this year. I like it. Well, let's move on to the next segment then. You know it. G-Man's prop player bet of the week.
Hey, I'm going back to that Kansas City game. I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes. This is supposed to be, and I think will be, the highest over-under game of the weekend, and it's not even close. The Kansas City will probably score 30 points. And the Chiefs scored on 6 consecutive drives last game. I think we could go a lot of ways here with Patrick Mahomes and the over, touchdown passes, yards. But I'm going to say let's go with completions. I think they're going to force Mahomes to throw short passes and slow this game down. I think that's what the Rams will do. I'm going to take Mahomes over 25 completions in this game.
All right. I like it. You've been hot on these. G. Come on.
Let's see what we can do. Hey, we hope you're loving the new Big Bets football show. And as always, please be responsible and only bet what you can afford to lose. The Big Bets football show is a special segment of the Father, Son, and Holy Sport weekly podcast and is sponsored by our friends at Help Me Startup. Help Me Startup Do you have a startup or a new company idea? Why not get help from the experts at Help Me Startup? Try the coaching advice and tools to help you get moving and on your way toward investment and success. Learn more at helpmestartup.co. Hey, if you love the show like we love you, press the like and subscribe. Look for all of our shows and clips where you play your podcast at Father, Son, and Holy Sport, or check out our new website. You can buy merchandise there. Check it. It's Father, Son, and Holy Sport.com. T-Money. Enjoy the Saturday and Sunday NFL doubleheaders, baby.
All right, you too. Let's make some money. Peace. Nice. All right. Killing it, G.
Good bets, good bets.
What you got for us?
Hey, hello, all you fantasy managers, and welcome to the January 18th Fantasy Football Show, baby.
Woo.
The special segment of the Father, Son, and Holy Sport Weekly Podcast. What's up lately in your fantasy world, Team Money?
Close DFS here. The lineups are getting thin. Not a lot of difference. So you really got to be smart about who you pick and who you don't here. And that's what we're here for. True. We're here to tell you who to pick and who to not pick, because everyone's got the same damn lineup when you're playing these DFSs.
Got to know what captains to pick in the showdown mode.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
y'all, do us a favor. Press the like and subscribe. We appreciate your support. Let's kick it off with the hot and cold. Last week, our Father, Son, and Holy Sport team picked 5 of 6 correct picks in our hot and cold game. Team Money's our clubhouse leader, though, picking at 61% accuracy on his cold picks. Stay away from Team Money's cold picks, man. They're going to break your heart. G-Man picks the hot picks. Those are the good values, guys that are going to get hot and are a good buy out there on DraftKings. All right. Keep in mind, we record our shows on Tuesday, so a lot can change. Let's go to the quarterback first. I'm going to start with the hot. Then Team Money's going to go cold. My hot pick's going to be a guy you know, Patrick Mahomes. High-scoring game. The over-under is 55. Experts are taking over 55. Kansas City's going to score 30 here, and they're going to probably win this game. Mahomes will outperform Josh Allen, who's the number 1 quarterback on DraftKings at $7,600. Why not take Mahomes at $7,300? He's going to beat him. Patrick Mahomes, I'm going with.
All right. I like it. Going to be an awesome game. I'm going to go down to the Rams-Bucks game, and you're going to hear a lot about this game from me. The cold QB of the week, Tom Brady, the GOAT, baby, 6,800, number 4 quarterback for the week. This Rams defense looks good. My God, did they just swarmed Kyler Murray. You got Tristan Wirfs going down for the Bucks, best right tackle in the game. So watch out. That line may be shaky, and Aaron Donald, you give him shaky and he will breaky you. Okay. So watch out. The key with Tom Brady is to be able to get pressure when bringing 4, and the Rams can do that. They'll slow him down, and they might win this game.
I told you, Aaron Donald coming up the gut, man. The guy's going to put some pressure on Brady.
Oh, for sure.
I like that, man. There's going to be some pressure there. Hey, let's go to the running backs, hot and cold. I'm going to go hot on a San Francisco running back, Elijah Mitchell, going for $5,800. Okay, he had 15 fantasy points the last game. No reason why you can't do the same against a Green Bay defense that's average or a little above average. San Fran's going to try to run this ball, and even when they pass, they will throw to Mitchell. He got 2 looks last game. He's most likely going to get a touchdown. So I like Elijah Mitchell here to deliver on some fantasy points and deliver on the DraftKings DFS lineup for you. He's $5,800, ranked a lot further than, let's say, Derrick Henry at $7,500.
All right. I like it. I agree with you there. My cold running back this week, Sony Michel, 5,300 for him this week. They're playing the Bucks, and the Bucks have one of, if not the best defensive line in the NFL. They're amazing versus the run. And so I think that's going to force the Rams to have to throw a lot. Cam Akers is coming back from this injury and looking strong. He was the starter to begin with this year. I think they're going to start leaning on him even more. So that means not only is Sony Michel going up against an elite defense, but he's also now splitting carries with Cam Akers. He may get a close goal line touchdown, so you can take a risk on him. But I think Sony Michel is going to be a cold running back this week without a big touchdown.
What's he going for? What's his points on
5,300 there, G.
5,300. I'm putting that in the database, man. I'm going to track your success there. Yeah, that's going to be tough for him to get points because Cam Akers looked awesome. So I think he's going to cut into him and they're going to split time. So, yeah, good pick there, man. Let's go to the wide receivers. I'm going to kind of flip it up here and go over from wide receiver to a tight end. I just think there's a tight end lock on the board here that nobody's talking about it. And this tight end's only going for $4,900, and it's Dawson Knox at the tight end. The guy had 20 fantasy points last week, 5 catches and 2 touchdowns. He's rated $4,900 versus Travis Kelce's $6,500. I just think there's great value here for Dawson Knox, and he could beat all the other guys in front of him in terms of total points. So Dawson Knox at the tight end, I think, is your pick.
All right. Sneaky. I like it. Dawson Knox going to be a high scoring game, and he's a big target for them. So my cold wide receiver of the week for 6,800, Mike Evans. Now, yes, that means all my cold players are from the Rams-Bucks game. I think it's a matchup of a great defense in the Rams versus a great D line in the Bucks. So I think Tom Brady's going to have a cold day, and that means Mike Evans will too. Mike Evans only catches touchdown passes. That's it. And he's not getting one versus Jalen Ramsey and this defense this week. And that means Mike Evans will be cold. He's not going to do well. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Brady. He's going to have to get the ball out of his hands quickly. I think Mike Evans is going to have a tough day versus these Rams, and it's going to be an awesome game.
All right, man. Good picks. Good picks. You got to watch out for T-Money's cold picks, man. You'll break your own heart if you don't listen to T-Money. Let's move on to our next game called Take or Mistake. Hopefully help you with some crucial not only DFS decisions, but some of these players aren't even playing yet, but they're going to be playing next year. We're going to help you with a little pre-look at your 2022 fantasy draft. Last week, we showed you some of the rookies coming up next year. What can you do there? Let's look at your fantasy draft 2022, and let's talk about some of these players and whether they're really, let's say, starters, your number one starter. Let's start with Tom Brady at the quarterback position. T-Money does not know who I'm going to give him. This is a total surprise. So Tom Brady, let's talk about Tom Brady in next year's NFL fantasy draft. T-Money, could he be your QB1? Tom Brady was top 10 quarterback this past year, but when you look at Dynasty, he's number 18 because of his age. He's had to overcome a lot of issues this year, but still performed well. 11 of his 17 games, he had 20 points or more. T-Money, is TB12 a take as your QB1 in next year's NFL fantasy draft, or would that be a mistake?
Look, I'm all for drafting him if he's not in Dynasty, and if you don't want to go for one of those top 3 guys. I think Herbert, Mahomes, Kyler, those guys that can get you points on the ground or in high-flying offenses, I like those guys a lot. Tom Brady was a top 10 quarterback, so he is still going to be that probably next year. So I like him as a starter, but Dynasty, definitely not, just because of his age.
Okay, good. And I'm putting you in a tough position here on this next one because I know Zeke's on your fantasy team. But, hey, let's go to Zeke Elliott on Dallas. I just think it's an interesting question. He rushed 12 times for 31 yards in the recent loss to the 49ers and caught 1 pass for no yards. Overall, very tough season, but in large part due to the injury, his torn PCL. Can Zeke step up his production next year and overcome playing beside Tony Pollard, who's showing he has the strength and mobility to take over the lead back role? T-Money, is Zeke a take as your RB1 next year in the NFL fantasy draft, or would that be a mistake?
Oh, man, that's tough here, G. I'm not 100% sure. I'm hoping that it's an injury, all right? I'm hoping that it's an injury and that you can rely on him moving forward, but I'm going to have to go no as your RB1. That is a mistake if he is going to be your RB1. He was top 10 this year because he had a few big games. But as your RB1 going forward, I think there's better options, more reliable options, and higher ceiling options. He is a great RB2 if you can get him. I think he'll be a solid RB2, but RB1, I think that's a mistake.
Okay, I like that you stuck out there and made a gutsy call. Let's go to wide receiver. Terry McLaurin from Washington. Terry McLaurin finished the season with 77 receptions on 130 targets for 1,000 yards. He broke 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's it. In his last 7 games, he did not score any more than 13 fantasy points and really hurt his fantasy managers in the playoffs. T-Money is Terry McLaurin, a take as your WR1 in next year's NFL fantasy draft, or would that be a mistake?
I think that's a mistake as well. Similar to Zeke, it's mainly about production at the number 1 position on your team. So I would not trust Terry McLaurin as my wide receiver 1. I love him as my wide receiver 2. Like you said, 1,000 yards. He's going to be, semi-reliable. But I think the biggest thing when selecting wide receivers, especially, is who's your quarterback? Because that's going to influence how well you are in high pressure situations, and especially towards the end of the year when people are making playoff runs, not only in real NFL, but in fantasy when it really counts. And the Washington football team just doesn't have a reliable quarterback at the moment. So you can't rely on Terry McLaurin every single week to be elite, where he has the potential to be if he had a reliable quarterback.
I was going to add to it, but you said it perfect. I agree. It's that quarterback that's driving that. It's not Terry McLaurin. Hey, the Fantasy Football Show is a special segment of the Father, Son, and Holy Sport weekly podcast. If you're interested in being a sponsor of the Fantasy Football Show or a guest picker, let us know. And if you love the show like we love you, press the like and subscribe. You can look for all of our segments and our clips where you play your podcast. Look for us at Father, Son, and Holy Sport. You can check out our new website, even buy merchandise out there. Father, Son, and HolySport.com. Team Money, good luck in your DraftKings DFS tournament this weekend, baby.
All right, man. Thanks. You too. I'll talk to you later.
Let's go.
Peace.